Okay, what's up, y'all? This is my third time trying to make this video. This is how I invest in myself, and this is how you can start investing in yourself 2024. I'm here with Abby. We're at the office right now. This is New York right now, December 26th. That's the Empire State Building over there. And super nice in New York. And I wrote down a bunch of notes for this video, and I'm not gonna let it freak me out because I tried to make the video twice before, and I keep going like, well, blah, 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 and I'm just over explaining. I'm doing that stupid thing I do. Check out my nails. Check out Beanie, Swag Nightmare, only 10 made, sold out. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys about investing in yourself. And first of all, I want to say you watching this video right now is an investment in yourself, and you've done something productive for your future self. So basically, investing in yourself is, I asked ChatGPT, but basically to me, investing in myself is putting my time, energy, and effort into stuff that makes me have a better tomorrow, which is basically me working out and is an investment in myself. Me calling my mom and checking up on her is an investment in my family. Me watching a YouTube tutorial on how to edit videos is an investment in my skill set. Me reading a book is an investment in my brain. Me furthering a relationship with somebody who I work on, who we do similar stuff, is an investment in myself as well, and a relationship. Me posting videos online is an investment in myself. I'm investing into my career. And then there's like monetarily investing, which is like, I have acorns and things like that, which I actually put money into myself. So I want to present to you guys how I invest in myself, and I'm going to use a lot of examples of how I do it myself personally. So if you're a content creator, that's helpful. But even if you're not, you can see how, you can apply what I do as a content creator to yourself, as a student, as a baker, as a musician, as a video editor, as a whatever. I think the same principles apply. So first of all, ChatGPT, I look up definition. It says, investing in yourself is dedicating time, effort, and resources to enhance your skills, knowledge, and well-being. It's a commitment to personal development, whether through education, experiences, or activities that contribute to your growth and success. Let me have a sip of coffee. So think for a second in a way that you might invest in yourself. That might just be a gym membership. That is a gym membership for me. Oh, this is really good. Loving my holiday nails. Serving for the holidays. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. So before, I had a little bit of expendable money to invest in myself by buying a microphone, which I left at home, so I'm recording this on my phone. Before I could spend money to buy, books, or like maybe a subscription to Masterclass, or a nice gym membership, or better food to eat, or, before I had money to invest in myself, to buy easier ways to go about my life, I had to invest a lot of my time. So if you're anything like I was a couple months ago, where you don't really have a lot of money, but you want to be better, you want your life to be better, then instead of investing your time for value, instead of investing money for value, you need to invest your time for value. And that's something that I've been doing since I was about 18 to, I'm 22 now. And that has been in the form of a lot of YouTube. I want to just say, first of all, YouTube has been, and it's funny that I just started posting on YouTube, this year, but, since I was 18, right when I graduated, YouTube has been the number one source of education for me as someone who left formal education, being like sophomore year of credits done, left that to go do my own thing. YouTube has taught me so much about investing, content creation, learning how to make better content, personal finance, just anything and everything. I mean, I don't really think I need to explain to you guys the power of the internet and the power of learning online. There's a lot of really smart people who put really valuable information out there, and they might not have a lot of followers, but that doesn't mean the information is bad. Usually the case is that there are people who could probably tell you how to make $1 million overnight, but they don't know how to make the fucking content. But there's a lot of really smart people out there, even just for editing, even for music, like, when I make music with my friends, like, go on YouTube, learn how to do X, Y, and Z on BandLab, learn how to make a voice preset. Like, that is stuff. That is an investment in yourself. Learning a skill is an investment in yourself. Me learning how to edit on YouTube, that is a skill, an investment in myself. But anyways, YouTube is a huge way that I invest in myself. I've learned so much, and I always learn so much. And a big way that I like to do it personally, now just an example, Steve Harvey is someone who is a big personality, who is almost like a billionaire, and I look up to Steve Harvey a lot, so an investment in myself is sitting down and listening to a full Steve Harvey interview where he talks about how he got to where he is, how he does this with his money, his life advice. That's also an investment in yourself. Watching a motivational video is an investment in yourself that, tomorrow you have that little extra push. Not to say you should get into all this like productivity porn stuff where like every day you need like this like insane, like you need this insane like whatever, I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, that's a big way. Another way that you can invest your time is listening to podcasts. That's similar than just that consuming content online. I mean, basically, with so much free education being available to us right now, the biggest way that you can invest your time into yourself is just by consuming educational, informational content. If you want to learn about stocks, Rod's a fucking stock guy. If you want to learn about drop shipping, if you want to learn about starting social media, watch me. Self-plug. If you want to learn about working out, if you want to get better in the gym, watch some dude who's jacked talk about how he got jacked. Obviously. You know what I mean? Obviously. If you want to talk about how to make some money, how to manage your money, watch some person who's talking about it. You know what I mean? Real estate. I don't know. Being a doctor. I don't know. Being a lawyer, you know what I mean? Study habits. Watch someone else do it. Just learn from people. That's the easiest way to do it. And that's like, you're trading your time for that. But like, you need to learn it. So sit down and fucking learn it today. Next is like online courses that are free. There's a lot of free courses online that I have messed around with, and that I have done and like learned from that maybe I haven't applied fully. But like, for example, in 2020, when I was getting into like all this like, okay, I'm not going to do formal education, how am I going to make money thing, I'm not a drop shipper, but I learned a lot about that, and I did drop ship for a little bit to make some money. I made less than like $4,000 doing that, but I did that, and that was I learned a lot about that by finding people on YouTube who talked about doing this thing, and they had a full course on how to like how to start dropshipping. Okay, I didn't end up doing that for my full lifetime, but now, me being an influencer, I can now apply those same, like how to make a website, how to do X, Y, and Z. I can apply that to my own stuff. So even though like my dream isn't to be like the best dropshipper in the world, that's still like, I learned about selling online, e-commerce online, and that applies to myself and my businesses with clothing and stuff like that. Okay, anyways, another thing is reading. Reading is also amazing. Like, you might not have access to money to buy books, but if you go to school, you have access to a library. And I'm fortunate enough to where I had like libraries in school growing up. Not that I utilized them, but I'm just thinking, if someone who's younger than me, if you're in college or something like that, like, go to the fucking library and go look up a book that someone who's doing what you want to do says to read, and go read that fucking book. I know that's not accessible for everyone, but I think it's accessible for a lot of people. And yeah, and what else? Oh, and then the last thing is also another way to invest in yourself when you don't have money is by spending time with people doing similar things that you want to do. For me, an investment in myself would be, when I'm just starting, when I'm starting social media. I remember when I would go to LA and I would hang out with my friends, and I would just be around people who would do a lot better on social media than me. Maybe I'd help people film videos, and I wasn't going to be in the video, but I'd help people I would just kind of just hang around people when they would be making videos and stuff like that. That is an investment. That is a time investment, even though I'm not actually physically getting, like, I'm not making videos. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not in the video. I'm not getting exposure for myself or anything like that. Spending time around people who are doing the things that you want to be doing and who are better at it than you right now is an investment in your time. Another way to invest in your time is like, I have my friend's dad is a really smart guy, and I worked for him growing up the last year of high school, or like I spent some good time being like an intern at this guy's thing, and I was just doing like bullshit intern stuff. But he's a really smart guy, and when I was back in town for Thanksgiving, I'm talking so fast. When I was back in town for Thanksgiving, I asked to meet up with him and talk about, things I'm doing. I was like, hey, things are kind of picking up with what I'm doing. I'm thinking about doing this, that, and that. This is what I like doing. This is what makes me happy. This is what I care about right now. And I was just basically consulting somebody who was more successful than me and saying, hey, you're smarter than me. This is what I want to do. How should I get there? And, invested some time in a meeting with this person, invested 2 hours of my day and like an hour of prepping stuff before to think about stuff, investing that time in meeting with that person, asked them about what I should do. And then I left that meeting like, oh, wow, I should do this, this, and this. And also to talk about that point one more time, people are really, the easiest way to learn something is just to ask somebody how to do it. That's like the easiest way, but that's also like the scariest way to learn something, because like I know me personally, I would rather watch a YouTube video on how to like edit and do all these other things than like go to my friend and be like, hey, how do I do this, that, and that? It's better for me to ask the friend, because first of all, people want to feel smart. People want to feel like they're helping you. And it's okay to not be good at something and ask somebody, because that person feels good, they feel smart, and they want to help you. Get that in your brain, because people do really want to help you. And even though it might seem like they don't, it makes people feel good. And you're going to learn it faster. You know what I mean? I could watch a whole YouTube video of like how to do this, that, when I can just ask a friend who knows how to do it, like, oh yeah, do that. You know what I mean? So that's like, you learn things quicker by having people teach you how to do it. So that's how I and you can invest your time into yourself. A lot of experiences, a lot of, videos, content consumption, things like that. But content consumption isn't bad if it's, you're intentional and targeted with it. Obviously, if you're watching, Derrick Rose highlights, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, you know what I mean? But like, I give myself a lot of leeway with this whole investing in myself thing, because honestly, investing into yourself is also a big like well-being thing. And like, it makes me happy to wake up in the morning, work out, and go get a coffee somewhere. And like, I'm not tripping about the $6 or whatever, because like, I know I feel that much more like, like we're getting it started today, like coffee and shit. Like, I feel good about that. I feel happy about that. And I know it makes my mood better. It makes me feel productive. I get to go hang out at a little different location. Like, that is an investment in yourself, yeah. So I hope this is helpful so far. Also working out is a huge investment in yourself. I know that I feel better during the day if I work out. This isn't a video on like how to start working out, because like I don't have to prove to you about that. But like, that is a way that I personally invest in my own like well-being, and yeah. Okay, next is investing your money for value. So, now having gone from like, I need to utilize as much free resources as possible to like, okay, I have a little bit expendable money. How can I use that to get from where I am to where I want to go quicker? So, let's just get into it. So now you have a little bit of money to invest in yourself. You want to be better you. What should you do? First of all, I'm going to go right back to books. I've been reading a shit ton. Reading has expanded my brain so much since like the past 4 months, where I've actually gone like balls deep in it again, where I'm like reading all the time. And that has been huge for me. I feel like first of all, I feel like a little smarty pants whenever I finish a book. So that's just good for me personally. That makes me feel like I'm a smart, capable person. It makes me feel like I'm not like a dummy content creator. It makes me, feel and prove to myself like, no, I'm actually a little a smarty pants, and I can sit here and I can get away from the world, and I can invest into myself by sitting down, reading this thing, learning about X, Y, and Z, and learning deeper about something. Because like I can watch YouTube videos on stuff, but at the same time, reading a book that really drills down, maybe, 1 or 2 or 3 points in your brain a lot, like that's really helpful. So I'm not gonna, this isn't like why reading is good. Like reading is good. Okay, next. And if you don't like books, audiobooks. I'm telling you, reading is the best way to invest in yourself. Reading. I did that a lot when I first dropped out. I got lost in the sauce for like 2 years where I was like, all right, let me just like be a content creator and stuff like that. And then I'm like back in like grind mode, like training arc, like, okay, like get back in your bag, start reading a lot again. And if you can't read, first of all, you can read. First of all, you can read. Stop saying, you can read, If somebody was like start reading, bitch, you would read, okay, but whatever. Audiobooks, okay, do that. Next is equipment. That's a way you can invest in yourself. Getting a microphone if you're a content creator. Buying a subscription to Vogue. Let's say you're into fashion. Buy a subscription to Vogue, okay? See the latest shit, you know what I mean? Buy GQ magazine. Cool, once a month now you're getting a magazine, getting inspired by people. That's an investment into yourself. Another way is paid communities. So when I was starting off, like all this like different like money stuff, like I would buy people's courses on how to start dropshipping. Like I said, I would also do like, investing communities, investing discords, you know what I mean? I would invest in those because like that was a community of people who are doing things that I want to do, who are doing it, who are telling me how to do it. My $100 is better off being put into this course, learning about this thing, and actually taking action because everyone else around me is taking action, than like me thinking like, I don't know. I like this only applies to me recently because I only make a little bit of money, but like I'm not afraid to spend money on myself anymore because I know that me spending $100 to learn something could make me $100,000. You know what I mean? And I've like seen that to where like, whatever. I don't need to explain that. I don't like to get into this like that video of that 13-year-old kid who's like, why do you have a job? Like, get a duplex. I'm like, you're 14. Like, what are you talking about? Okay. Next is, and you know what else is an investment in terms of equipment is buying a phone, buying nice headphones, buying a gym membership. That's a way to invest in yourself. Maybe buying nice shoes so you'll go run more. You know what I mean? I know that when I have nice workout stuff, it makes me want to go work out. Like if I have my favorite pajama pants, I always work out in pajama pants. When I have my favorite pajama pants ready, cleaned, cleaned from the dishwasher, the laundry machine, it makes me want to go work out more. You know what I mean? Clean pair of underwear makes me want to have a good day. Not clean, but like my favorite boxers. You know what I'm saying? Something else that I invest in myself that helps me work is Pokemon cards. I buy Pokemon cards because I love Pokemon cards. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that me buying Pokemon cards is like I'm like fucking Jeff Bezos, like so smart for buying Pokemon cards. But I do know that me buying Pokemon cards gives me an incentive to sit down and make a YouTube video when I really might not feel like it. I'll be like, shit, you can open some Pokemon cards while you do it. And I'm like, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? So that's a way. That's the similar way to like buy shoes that make you want to run more. Buy Pokemon cards so you can make a YouTube video. You know what I mean? Something else is like, let's say you really like music. You want to be a musician and you probably listen to music a lot. Maybe buy some nice headphones that makes you really like music. That makes the experience more enjoyable for you, so you want to do it more. Not that anybody probably has to tell you to listen to fucking music. You know what I mean? Next, another way is like a ring light. If you want to be an actor, buy a ring light so you can do self-tapes by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I have a ring light that I can set up, and that's where I make a lot of my videos. That's what I do when I'm back home. I'm facing the sunlight right now, so I have good lighting, but that's a great investment for me. It's, you know what I mean? It's like less than $100, and now I have like something that I can make videos with all the time, which is really helpful. It's like, it's worth the investment. You know what I mean? Next is an editor for YouTube. It would be a worthwhile investment for me to hire an editor to edit my videos. But I like the format that I do my videos in, so I don't want to change that. But in the future, if I want to make other stuff, a worthwhile investment for me to invest my money into something would be me buying an editor who is good at their job, so I can have good quality YouTube videos for videos that I want to look different. Okay? If you want to be a model, go hire somebody to go take photos of you. Great, you have photos for your portfolio now. Woohoo, you know what I mean? Great. Okay, next. Oh, a car. When I moved to LA, I spent all my money on a car. That wasn't a great investment considering I still needed a place to live, but I could live in my car. Not that I had to do that. And also, I needed something to get around. I had to buy a car. I had to invest that money into myself. That was like barrier of entry for LA. It's like, yeah, you moved to LA, you need a fucking car. This isn't New York. You can't get on the subway. You can't hop the thing. You need a car. You don't want to Uber all the time. I invested in a car, and then like, I have a car. I can now get around, okay? Like a subscription to CapCut. That's something that you can invest in yourself if you want to make videos. Buy a fucking subscription to CapCut. What are you doing? What you want to be an editor or whatever? Like, bitch, buy the fucking subscription service. It's $10 a month, and you can make better videos now. And you're more invested into it, and you'll probably make better videos now. Okay, not that I do that, but like, if I edited videos like every other TikToker does, that's what I would do. Okay. Paid communities, yeah, that, and then and paid communities. I already said that, but paid communities are a big way that I invest in myself. I also want to start attending some I want to start attending some whatchamacallits. I want to start attending some like seminars, like real life things, some form of like real like entrepreneurial meetups where like a bunch of smart people come and talk, and like just to have access to a community of people doing similar things to me. Unfortunately, there's not a bunch of things in the niche of like where I'm at, where like I'm a content creator, but like how do I monetize more and things like that. Like there's not really that clear of a resource for me. That's probably something I'll end up making and make $1 billion off of, but for right now, that's not really something of resource to me. But if there was a way that I could meet up with people who are content creators who knew how to facilitate brand deals for themselves, you know, make brands for themselves, monetize on this, that, and that, make better videos, shit like that, I would totally invest in that. That would like, you couldn't really put a price tag on that, because me having access to all that information could, you know, skyrocket, you know, the value I get out of my job right now. So that's that. And the last thing, this is just kind of like an overall concept for me, is buying things that save me time so I don't spend my time thinking about things. I try and free up a lot of my brain space. And what I mean by that is like Avi was talking about. So he works here at Google, and he has access to really good food all day. So like he doesn't have to think about what he wants to eat. He doesn't have to like, oh, well, for lunch, maybe I'll make it, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't have to think about that. He just knows that he needs to go to this floor and there's going to be food and he's going to eat and he's done with it. The less that you can take off your mental load per day, the more brain power you can allocate to your specific thing. You know, on days where I'm fasting, for example, on days where I'm fasting, the days where I won't eat, where I'll just like, all I'm gonna do is drink coffee and water today, those are days where I'm trying to like mentally reset and like clear my body and blah, 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 blah. On days that I do that, I am 100% locked in on what I'm doing. And I feel like I produce better results than days where I'm like, okay, this is a snack, blah, blah, blah. Because it's kind of like when not that eating is like smoking cigarettes, but when I was like smoking cigs, like, you know, I would probably, each time I would go smoke would be like, what, let's say 10 minutes. You know what I mean? You spend 5 minutes, 15 minutes thinking about it before you even do it. Okay, so that's 25 minutes of your day, of your brain power, devoted to doing this thing every single day, and you're doing it 5 times a day. Great, 5. Yeah, that's like 2 hours, you know, dedicated to something else. So anyways, what I mean for that is like, an investment for me into myself is even going to get Chipotle right after I work out. So I know that, okay, boom, I'm eating a really good meal. I feel good about it. It's kind of healthy. And I spend, $10 on getting a burrito. And then for the rest of the day, I'm pretty full. I can work on this other thing. I'm not thinking about food, blah, blah, blah. I'm just thinking about what I need to do. That's not a great example, but anyways, that's how I invest into myself. And then another way is like, the last thing I'll say is like investing in product for yourself. Me buying 10 of these beanies, that was an investment in myself. Now that was like an actual like business expense because I had to buy inventory. I had to buy these to sell them, but like, I could never have made the whatever couple $100 I made from selling these things if I didn't just put up the money up front. You know what I mean? But that's like kind of like a different topic. But guys, that's how I invest in myself. I like talking about this stuff a lot, and I will talk about this stuff a lot more if you guys request it, but that's my 2 cents. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my experience doing this. But yeah, I love talking about this stuff. And I've never regretted investing in myself. I never ever regretted trying to become a better me. You know what I mean? So I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.